Yeah,
Yeah.
that's real connection, right? Very, very real connections that we're building in here where
Mhm.
we're sharpening each other. Every single person who comes to these group calls, Corey, man, you sharing that personal experience is going to be something that carries through and impacts every single thing that every single man in this group does throughout the rest of the week. Right.
Mhm.
So the things that you guys do, even just you being present here, has a massive impact on everybody else.
And I think this is a perfect time to transition into the big idea that I'm going to let Mr. Jacob close us with, our next challenge for April and what that entails, because it has a lot to do with these conversations.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Excited to announce the challenge, and really revolves around like connection and brotherhood, right? Like I think one of the coolest things about Default Kings is how good of a job the leaders do in making like an actual community feeling. Even though very few of us have met in real life, right? This is like by joining DK, you have your network grows by like 130 dudes overnight, right? And you'd be crazy not to invest in that. Like where I mean, you have successful people all over the world that you can talk to. And so our challenge this month is we want to challenge all of you to reach out, build new connections within the DK community. And the action step there is going to be to invite your brothers who aren't, maybe have been to one call, or maybe haven't been to calls before, our roundtable calls, and literally hold their hand and get them on the call with you, right? So the challenge is going to be over the next 2 weeks for you to invite and get as many people on our roundtable calls as possible. And so it's going to take some outreach on your end, making, obviously you don't want to just jump in someone's DM and be like, hey, you want to come to this call with me tomorrow, right? Like you want to get to know them, right? Build that relationship, build that friendship. And so I'm gonna, in our challenge chat, I'm gonna post the logistics, but the goal is for you to, to invite as many fresh faces onto these calls as possible, right? And so we'll find a way to track it. What we're probably gonna do is have you report it. If you, let's say Drew invites, John Doe to a call, right? He hasn't been yet. If Drew, wants to message me before the call and let me know, hey, John is attending this call, expect him to be there, right? And then I see him on there, I know I can attribute that to Drew, right? And so on. And so that's kind of how the process will go. But like I said, I'll type it up. And then we have a pretty insane like reward, prize whoever
Pretty
gets the most.
sick.
Yeah,
Take it back.
Crazy.
I don't want to give it. I don't want to give it. It's too much.
It's pretty nutty, dude. It's pretty nutty. Whoever gets the most fresh faces, I'll let Joey, Gabe, and Jack if you want to talk about the prize. It's pretty insane.
Oh, Gabe, take it away.
Let's brainstorm real quick, guys. I don't know. This is a little too much.
Do we need to go back on this? We might need to go back on this. This is a little too much.
No, we're doing it. We're doing it. Whatever.
Oh, gentlemen. So the prize for whoever is able to get the most fresh faces onto roundtable meetings for the next 2 weeks. Again, Jacob will track this. You guys are going to reach out to the guys. You'll get a big long list of who hasn't been here yet. And you guys will be able to go out, build those relationships, and walk these men onto this call. The winner, whoever does the most fresh faces onto roundtable meetings for the next 2 weeks, will be given a free ticket to the next in-person DK event in Orlando, Florida in July. Boom! Mic drop.
A lie.
How do you guys feel about that?
What's the date for that? Do you know specific?
It is. I do. I have it written down. Let me pull up the sheet.
It's like tomorrow, man. July.
Here we go. Drum roll. Hold on. July 14th through 16th. Boom.
I don't know about you guys, but when
big
the
deal.
big three, when these guys are posting their cigar smoking like pictures, that's like on my bucket list. I'm like, I need to smoke cigars with these guys in freaking Orlando. So I mean, I'd be pretty hyped if I were you guys. Like, I'd go out and like go be a freaking evangelical and talk to as many people in the Slack as you can. So
Joel will not be hosting this one, Jack. Joel's not to spoil it too early, but we're looking at October-ish for that one. Not to spoil too many details, but he will be hosting one in the future with us. This one will be all us. Just us three loving on you guys. So we're very excited.
Yeah.
That will be the prize for this challenge. Again, we'll get the logistics together. Me and Jacob will put our heads together and get some logistics on how to track this and make it as efficient as possible. But action steps after this call is start making these connections. You guys are at the live call, you're the first ones to hear this. You have the upper hand. All of you have the upper hand. You have speed. You have speed on your side. Everybody else has to wait for the recording to get uploaded and the rehash and some messages. There's 10 of you here, 9 of you here that are able to just go and fire and get ahead on this and start making connections before anybody knows what's going on. So very, very good opportunity.
Yeah. So guys, I'll get the challenge. Like I said, Joey and I will talk, and I'll get the challenge details in the challenge channel by the end of tonight. And let me know what you think, Joey. But I think maybe if we run it from the next 2 Tuesdays, right? So they have the full 2 weeks and such, and they can get as many people to calls as possible. But yeah, I'll get the details in tonight. But like Joey said, you guys get the head start. Everyone else has to catch the recording or wait for my write up. So if you can get after it and make some new friends. And I don't know, most of you are business professionals. I know a lot of you work in various industries, but I think you all should know the knowledge of like networking, right? It's awesome, and a lot, like, it's pretty insane. Like I'm pumped for you guys. You're gonna make a lot of new connections and friends, and even if you don't get the sick prize, like you're growing your network and making new connections. It's gonna be good. So
best piece of networking advice I've ever gotten is reframe it to just making friends.
Yep.
Go make some friends. Yep. That's it. Rest will take care of itself.
Wow.
Anybody have any questions about anything we discussed today or the challenge specifically? Ice baths are on the itinerary before anybody asks. Did you see that coming or no? Did you see that coming?
Surprise.
All right,
You gotta
gentlemen.
make it like a dry ice bath. You gotta make it like next level, even harder.
Ooh. We just do only ice, just no water.
Yeah, I think that'll be
We
more
just do
burns
no
than
water.
Oh, man.
more burns than you already had, Jack. And that one.
You do a cold bath.
So bad.
And I got this
just jump in a
open
lake.
field by my place. It's huge open grasses. Nothing interesting ever happens in open fields with default king.
Oh,
Yeah, especially in Florida in July too. That's
in 100-degree days. Fantastic. All right, gentlemen. Well, we hope you guys have an amazing night. Of course, if you have any questions, reach out, let us know. Happy to continue these discussions in the chat always. Love you guys. Hope you have an amazing night. See ya.
Oh.
Right,
See you
guys.
later.